So, public diplomacy is not quite the same thing as traditional diplomacy. Traditional diplomacy is a process where governments connect to other governments. But in public diplomacy, a government or another international actor connects, communicates with, engages with a public. Well, I don't see public diplomacy and soft power as being the same thing. Rather, I see soft power as being part of the nature of power. That is, you aren't only powerful in the world if you have money to apply leverage or military strength to compel other countries to behave as you wish. You are powerful if people like you, if people admire you, if people are convinced by your arguments. Once we have acknowledged that there is this dimension of soft power in the world, the next question is, well, how do you change your soft power or increase your soft power? And public diplomacy is often asked to do that job, to tell the stories, to make the connections that can help people around the world to admire a particular actor. So the argument would be, you need public diplomacy to increase or maximize your soft power. Part of the problem today is that the world isn't just about countries maximizing their soft power by telling good things about themselves. We also live in a world where hostile countries are telling negative stories to try and undermine the soft power of other countries, other actors. So it's all the more important to pay attention to how you talk about yourself, how you present yourself in the world. But to me, it isn't just about rhetoric. Public diplomacy can only present reality. And if you want a good image in the world, you need to have a good reality. So behind all this, we have to remember to build a good reality, to be as appealing as we can be to the world. People around the world aren't stupid. They know how to spot a good state, a good actor that is contributing benefit to the wider global population. Historically, public diplomacy began as a euphemism for propaganda. There's no way around it. But I see public diplomacy as having risen above its origin, and the practitioners of public diplomacy understand that to be truly effective, public diplomacy must be based on listening. It must be a two-way street with people both learning and adjusting their own behavior and their own reality rather than just seeking to influence the other person. There's no way that the great propagandists in history ever thought about changing themselves in order to improve international relations. It was always about saying the right thing or to get the other side ultimately to surrender to your way of thinking. Public diplomacy is much more sophisticated than that, and I think has now become a different category of international activity. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say that I see propaganda as unethical and wrong, and public diplomacy as ethical and right. And there is that sort of tremendous distinction between them, as that one is wrong and one is right. I think that the Basque country has a lot to say, that its experience is valuable, and the Basque country can contribute to ongoing international conversations and needs public diplomacy structures to be able to do that. There's also the aspect of cultural diplomacy, where it's possible to engage with foreign cultural actors and to build new kinds of understanding around important issues in the world.